Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day so far. So today's pick a card reading topic is going to be about money, wealth, prosperity, abundance. Today's topic is going to be what is blocking your wealth, what is blocking your abundance, your money, all that stuff. So we're going to look into your beliefs about wealth and money, your feelings about it, what you can do to change it, and then, the outcome moving forward. So we have here 4 piles. So definitely please feel free to pick more than one pile if you feel guided to do so. This is timeless, so whenever this reading finds you is when you're meant to hear this message. I am doing personal readings and I'm running a special right now until November 23rd. It's a love special. So it is, you can get 6 of my true love handmade messages, plus an intuitive summary of those messages for just $15. And that information will be down below. You just email me to book it. Let's see. What am I missing? I got a blank here. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, and also I just want to say thank you all who have booked readings from me and who support my channel by liking, sharing, subscribing. I really appreciate all the support and your comments. You're all so beautiful, and I'm just so appreciative of all of you. I love reading your comments. I try to respond to as much as I can. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel and supporting what I do. I really appreciate every single one of you. So I think that's all I have to say. Okay, so so let's get on to your reading. Okay, my first pile, if you chose the light bulb, this is your reading for what are your blocks, what is blocking your money, your wealth, your prosperity, your abundance. So I'm going to start with just like a little background and then just like a foundation, like in terms of like the energy I'm picking up from your cards here. So your oracle card here says by the book, it is number 11. So I do think that for a lot of you, your money, abundance, wealth is very much done in a very like step-by-step practical way. Maybe you earn your money that way by doing, everything by the book. Maybe you're very strategic, or you just like to do things very like in order. You like to organize your money. You like to know what money's coming in, what money's going out. I feel like you're very careful, and I feel like either you're watching your money grow or you'd like to see your money grow, which is why you're very much into organizing your money and how you make it and stuff like that. It's something about growth here that I'm getting with this 11 card, which is also a master number. So I do feel like money for you right now, or wealth, abundance, prosperity of any kind, is not a major issue. You could be looking at it as an issue right now. Maybe you're not seeing the growth that you would like to see just from your other cards here, because I do see there is some type of like perception that needs to be kind of looked at. I feel like maybe your perception about wealth or money is a little bit skewed, which is why maybe you're seeing this stagnant in your money of not growing where you need it to go, or maybe you're just worried about your money not growing where you would like it to grow in the future. But I do feel like there's nothing to worry about here. I also see, like, just from your cards here, we have a lot of orange, and orange represents creativity. It is your sacral chakra. It is your boundaries. It is a lower chakra that represents your stability. So I feel like a lot of you could be making money through creative work, creative hobbies, creative projects. I feel like it could be writing, music, tarot reading, something that's very independent and something that's very creative. Or you could be looking to make money through a creative endeavor. I feel like a lot of creativity from these cards. So I feel like maybe a lot of you watching are very, very creative, and you just like to create things from the ground up. You really like to see things grow. Like, I feel there's something about growth here that I'm picking up here. But I do feel like there is some perceptions that need to change when it comes to just seeing your money grow or seeing it how to grow. There's just something that needs to be like worked through. So right here, I'm going to start with your this card here. It says guilt. This represents your beliefs about money. So with the guilt here, there's something that you believe about money that is making you feel a little bit guilty, this card represents protection. It also represents some type of emotional bond you have with money. So maybe I feel like maybe with your money, you feel guilty for how you spend your money or how you make your money or how you're wanting to make your money. There's just something here. This guilty feeling is like, it's not a healthy guilt. Like there's two different types of guilt. There's healthy guilt, and then there's like an unhealthy guilt that's kind of, you're just kind of sitting in this like victim mentality where you just guilt is like a signal for your heart to be like, okay, there's something that I did wrong, or there's something that you feel like is wrong, and it wants you to make a change. It wants you to do better. But for some of us, we kind of sit in this guilt and we worry about it, and it keeps us trapped. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us feeling like a victim. It keeps us paranoid. It just keeps us like blind to the truth about who we are, or in this case, what we value, our money or wealth. So there's something that's keeping you trapped. There's something that you're not seeing in terms of having your money grow. I do feel like it's your own perceptions about something. So like I was saying, this guilt card is all about protection. So you could be feeling like overly protective of your money. Your emotions are very strongly tied to your money with all the orange. The sacral chakra also represents feelings, emotions, and relationships. So I do feel like it's maybe possibly to look at your relationship with money, or just what you value in a general sense. Now, money, wealth, abundance, prosperity, all of that is energy. We are energy. So in order to attract more of that type of energy that you want, you need to embody that energy. And it's hard to attract money, abundance, wealth, prosperity when you're in the energy of feeling guilty or stuck or trapped or victimized or something like that, where you just you don't want to see the truth, or you're just looking for someone to save you when it comes to money. You're like looking for that next job or that next opportunity where you can make the money that you need. But it's like something about it is not, oh my God, I don't know how to say this. Like, something about it is just not, you don't have the healthiest emotional, like you don't have the highest vibration when it comes to money right now. I know, and this could be right now, just given everything that's going on, or this could be something that you have been dealing with or maybe confused about for your whole life for some of you. But I do feel like it has to do with your vibration. I mean, obviously, but it's more with your emotional self that is standing in your way towards money. I feel like people may try to manipulate you for money, and maybe that's something that you learned, and so that's something that you're carrying on in your life, but it's making you feel guilty. Does that make sense? So people could be like, oh my gosh, you look so nice today, and I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in a while, and like kind of butter you up before they ask you for money or something like that. Does that make sense? And then like almost making you feel almost like making you feel guilty for not giving them money, and then you just kind of carry that on throughout your whole life, and so you act that way towards people as well. It's like, it's something, it's just, it's something with money that's just, it's making you feel trapped. It's tied to this guilt type of emotion. So it could be something like that, but in terms of your beliefs about money, it's not the healthiest right now. So that's where you could be seeing kind of like the stagnant energy of like your money not flowing in. Maybe I do feel like there's this thing where it's like you're using money, or you believe money or wealth or abundance should be used to take care of other people and not yourself. Like you're always helping others. You're always taking care of others. You're always like, helping out, giving money and lending money to others instead of taking care of your own needs. And it's making you feel trapped. It's making you feel stuck. It's making you feel like, why is this happening? Why is no one helping me out? Maybe you're starting to realize when I ask for help, no one can help me out. But when people ask me for help, like I'm the first one there. It could be something like that. It's just something around this guilty type of thing. But I do feel like this is something that you're becoming aware of. You're awakening to, and maybe you're in the process of releasing. It's like you're giving away too much of your wealth, of your money, of your time, of your energy to people, and you're starting to resent them. Does that make sense? You're starting to feel angry and really guilty about it. This card is also saying in terms of how you can get rid of release this guilt, it's almost like you need to not do for others what they need to do for themselves. So if someone is like constantly late on their bills and can never, pay their bills on time, or never has money at the time of when a bill is due or something, this is just a random example, and they always come to you for help or for a loan or something like that, that's not your job. You know what I mean? You're not Wells Fargo Bank. Like, it's no matter if they're family or friends, like, this person needs to learn how to be responsible and pay their bills. Now, there's nothing wrong with chipping in or helping if this person asks for help, but I do feel like there's like this reoccurring cycle where someone or certain people keep doing the same thing and taking from you, which you're consenting to, but it's making you feel not good. So I think that's something that you need to kind of look at if that resonates with you, and just see, just be honest with yourself and release any guilt. Because I feel like you do this because you're afraid that you're not, these people or this person's not going to like you, not going to want you, not going to love you. So there is a thing of self-worth here. We do have that card. So I think your self-worth, your self-value is really tied to your money and your wealth and your beliefs about money and wealth. And if you don't feel good about yourself, then your money's not gonna look good, it's not gonna feel good. So that's something that you should maybe consider, or like I said, if that resonates with you, this is something that I'm picking up a lot with these cards, and just with this guilt card in a general sense. So your feelings about wealth here, we have despondence. It is purple. Sorry if you hear that. So despondence is about having all the answers you need within. So this is in the position of I'm sorry, I just drew a blank here. Okay, sorry. This is in the position of your feelings about wealth. So I have this thing where, side note here, I have this thing where, to me, wealth and money are very closely related, but they're very different vibrations to me. So, this is just how I see it. But, and you can feel free to see it any way you'd like. But for me, money is like, anyone can get money. How you get it, when you get it, is completely up to you. And it depends on your vibration and your energy and all that good stuff. But I feel like anyone can make money. Anyone can get money. It's a dime a dozen type of thing. Wealth is a little bit different. Wealth is something, for me, that is something that grows over time, that is more based on a very strong self-worth, self-value vibration. It is something that requires a different attitude. It requires a different perception, because not everyone is wealthy, but everyone has money of some kind, or however much. You know what I'm saying? So wealth really is a different type of attitude. It's a different type of belief you have to have about yourself, about money, about how you make your money. I do feel like wealth has a certain level of freedom to it. So if you don't feel free in your life, now I'm not saying you need a lot of money to be wealthy. You could have like $5 and feel wealthy, but it's, what I'm saying? It's your attitude. It's because you know that you're free, and you don't have to, your value and your worth doesn't depend on, a piece of paper. It's all energy. It's all like energy based. So maybe this is something that you really need to kind of reflect on or look into, in terms of like money, wealth, prosperity, abundance, and how it's energy. We're energies. So it's something you need to kind of feel before you can attract, like law of attraction type vibe. But anyways, so your feelings about money is despondence. So this is like saying you have all the answers you need within. Again, this carries an emotional tie to it, and it's something that no longer serves you. There is someone or something draining your money, and it's making you feel angry, and it's making you resentful, it's making you feel stuck, and I feel like you don't know how to stop it. You think you're doing the right thing by helping this person, especially with this by the book, and Spirit is saying you're not, because it's leaving you feeling trapped. It's leaving you feeling not good. But I feel like you already didn't feel good to begin with. Does that make sense? Like, this is something that has been you've been carrying along since like childhood, since you saw, your guardians or your parents deal with money. There's just been a very unhealthy example when it comes to money and your beliefs about money. And I do feel like you're aware of this. Maybe to a certain extent, you need to dig more into it and kind of dig deeper and understand it more. But you do have an unhealthy emotional attachment to money. I am getting that strongly, but it's nothing that you can't change. Like I said, it's all vibrational, but this is definitely about like, doing something that no longer serves you. It could be a job that you're in that no longer serves you, that you're just working and working, and you feel like you're not getting paid what you're worth, But it's almost like a catch-22. So if you feel like if you leave that job, then you won't have any income coming in. And even though I do feel like you have some creative ideas or some passion projects that you would like to make money doing, or you're starting to make a little money, but it's not enough to kind of, do it full time and quit this day job that you have. But there is something that's draining your energy, your time, you're overextending either in a job or just with family and friends or something like that. And it's just, it's not, it's the people aren't helping whoever's doing this. It's more about how you feel about yourself. Does that make sense? It always starts with you. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for all relationships external to you, and that includes your relationship with money. So I feel like you could be pointing fingers when it comes to, why are these people always taking, but you're not looking at like why you always giving. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't feel good about giving it, and every time you give it, you feel guilty or resentful. You're missing something. And I think it just, there's a need for reflection and a certain level of self-awareness that needs to happen so that you can kind of shift this energy. Because I honestly feel like this isn't hard to shift. It's just, it's very methodical, and it may take a long time, but it needs to be approached with a strategy and like a step-by-step approach. Does that make sense? But yeah, so your feelings about wealth, like I said, this card also relates to certain obstacles about wealth. So you could, this is, oh my God, I'm getting such a strong relationship. Like your relationships are setting the tone for your money, and it's your relationship with yourself. This is a very strong message I'm getting. It's like there's some obstacles in terms of your self-worth, your self-value, your self-love and confidence that you need to remove. You need to change your perception on them so that your money can change. And I feel like this is all about taking action. I don't know if maybe you're aware of your self-worth and value, and like what I was saying with the energy and energy and you being energy and money being energy and stuff like that, but maybe you haven't taken the steps to actually like conquer this. Does that make sense? So this is all about like, this card is very encouraging though, because I do feel like in terms of like how you feel about wealth, you're very excited about wealth. You're excited about the idea about wealth. I do feel like your wealth, your money is changing, but it only will change when you take action. And I feel like you need to trust yourself a lot more, and you need to understand and trust that you know what to do in this certain situation, because there is a situation that you need to end or, cut out of your life because it's blocking your wealth. So this is all about, this card also speaks about stagnation. So like I was saying in the beginning, your wealth is definitely stagnated. There's no movement here, and I feel like you're worried about that, or you can't understand why. And this is why, because you could be feeling helpless, like I was saying, with the victim mentality. Maybe not accepting the fact that your wealth or your money is tied to your self-worth. That could be something that's hard for people to come to terms with, because it's not something they were taught. It's not something that they saw growing up. A lot of us weren't taught like, money is energy and it's vibration, your vibration. This is something new. So don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to this idea or perception that your energy and money's energy and stuff like that. It's something new, but I do feel like it's something that you should look into and kind of just reflect upon, if that makes sense, if it resonates with you, if this is something that could be the blockage to you gaining the wealth that you need, especially when it comes to you over giving and then feeling resentful about it. Like, see where that stems from, if that resonates with you and stuff like that, and kind of heal it and understand it and accept it and make the changes, take action to make the changes that you need to take so that it's not a problem anymore. Because I feel like it's become such a problem now where you're just feeling like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't understand why this and this is happening. I don't understand why these people or my job is doing this, this, and this. And I feel like they just don't appreciate me, or they just don't like, I'm not getting the recognition or the reward that I'm looking for in whatever situation this is, like I said. So, and it doesn't really stem from them. It stems from your worth and your value. Okay, so in terms of like what this what you need to work through, we have passion here. So definitely feel like you're passionate about something. There's something creative that you could be wanting to start, imagining that you're starting, or you could have already started it, but it's very it's not off the ground type yet. It's a very childlike energy I'm picking up from this passion card. So in terms of what you need to work through, this is about creatively focused. It's focusing on your creativity, focusing on your imagination, whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you happiness, because I think you need to build your self-worth up again, your value up again, and not base it on if people like you or not base it on money, not base it on how much money you're making, how much is in your account, because I think that's messing you up a little bit here. So yeah, this is all about, manifestation as well, like manifesting your passions, what you desire. This is about focused emotion. Again, like your emotions are the key to your success, are the key to your abundance right now. If you don't feel good, you're not going to get the recognition, the reward, the abundance, prosperity that you deserve. So this is about manifesting that through childlike activities, doing something fun, lighthearted, that just makes you feel good, that makes you feel proud of yourself, that makes you feel like you can achieve anything. It's about raising your vibration. It's really, really important to raise your vibration during this time. And be emotionally disciplined and have those boundaries. The sacral chakra is also about boundaries. I think I said that. So you need to have boundaries with yourself and with people. And this could be work, family, friends, but there's an emotional manipulation going on here, and it's affecting your money. And there needs to be some boundaries being placed so that that doesn't happen anymore, because it's really like starting to irritate you and bug you, but maybe you just could have point a finger on it or something like that. But definitely this is about being brave, following your passions, being authentic, being honest, taking a stand for yourself. You could be afraid that you're going to feel ostracized. If this is family taking advantage of your good nature and your wealth and your money, then you could feel like if you set boundaries where you say no to them, then you're going to feel ostracized by them. But this is also stepping into like your feminine energy. I feel like you need to be more receptive. You need to be more creative, and know that the abundance, the money, the energy, the wealth all lives within you. It's not outside of you or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about not making enough money or anything like that. It all stems from you. This is all about like taking daily actions that support your real passions, your real dreams, your real, where you actually want to see your prosperity, abundance, and money come from. And this is about standing up for those dreams and passions and desires that you have, especially if people, outside of you, like family, friends, and, co-workers and stuff like that are against it, because it just seems like you're a very creative person. And I feel like you're a very emotional person. You could be an empath. You're very intuitive, and you're just feeling not great in your current circumstances. Outside of money, I think just there's certain relationships that you have that are draining your energy and also draining your money, because like I said, money is energy, and it's just reflecting on that. And you could be confused as to why that's happening. Maybe you didn't notice it. Maybe you didn't notice, every time you interact with someone, or you're at work, or someone asks to borrow something, that it makes you feel depleted. I feel like you notice it, but I don't think you saw the correlation as in terms of like your money and your wealth and stuff like that. So I feel like that's something you could be looking into, or you could be, seeing that from a different perspective, and figuring out like, hey, that, that makes sense. That could actually be something that's going on right now. But this is also about, following your instincts when it comes to certain ideas that you have about new ways to create abundance and prosperity. Now, money, wealth looks, like I said, looks different to everyone. Everyone interprets wealth and money in different ways. I just told you how I did. So I think this is another thing you have to do, where you have to kind of figure out what wealth means to you, what money means to you. How do you see money? How do you, how do you feel about money? When you have money, how do you feel? When you don't have money, how do you feel? All those things kind of factor in as to like where you, like they factor into your worth, your value, and they factor into your vibrational, your frequency, and like who you are outside of, the 3D material world and stuff like that. So I think you intuitively know what's right for you. I think you just have to stand up for the fact stand up for yourself and kind of take actions as to what is right for you. I do feel like maybe for some of you are listening to other people outside of you as to do things, maybe by the book in terms of, you get a degree, you get a job, you get this, you this, and you have this. Clearly, that's not, 5 plus 5 is not the only way to get to 10. There are other perspectives and there are other things that you can do to create money, to create wealth. Like, don't ever limit yourself to thinking you can only create money and wealth in one way, because there are like a million gajillion different ways for you to make money and for you to make wealth, and it all stems from your passions, you being happy, and you doing what you love and what you care about. So for the outcome here of self-worth, since that's all we've been talking about, literally this whole reading is about, self-worth. This is the potential outcome if you do the work. So in terms of self-worth, this is about faith. This is about self-love. This is about value. I do feel like you will come to this place where you will actually know what your value is, what you value. You will actually come to this place where you will know like how to take actions that are very loving and nurturing and hopeful, instead of ones that are based on like fear and lack and people pleasing habits. I feel like you will come to this place where you're going to be rewarded. This card speaks about rewards. It speaks about receiving divine love. I do think you're going to be offered something or some type of gift. It may make you feel worried and anxious, but I think your intuition is very heightened. And I think the more you work through these challenges, these obstacles of self-worth and value, and the more you release them, the more it's going to heighten your intuition. So you're going to know what to do when it comes to this offer, this reward being given to you. This is about allowing yourself to receive. Like I said, it's definitely a feminine energy I'm picking up here. So you could need to be more in your feminine energy, your receptive energy, your deserving energy, your value energy, instead of your masculine, like taking action type energy. Because right now, I do feel like you could be taking action. It's not based on your intuition. It's not based on what you love. It's based out of fear and neglect and like a victim consciousness. So before you can take action again, you need to kind of sit with yourself. You need to be in a place of self-love and self-care, and be in a place of like what you deserve, so that you can get what you deserve. If you don't know what you deserve, how's the universe supposed to give it to you? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more like just really honing in your emotions and your feelings when you're around people, when you're around certain job opportunities, when you're around money, when people give you money. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel guilty when people give you money? Do you not accept money from other people? I think all those things factor into your value and your worth. And if you're always giving, how is the universe supposed to give to you? If you don't feel comfortable with giving and you don't feel comfortable with receiving, prosperity and abundance, how is the universe supposed to give it to you? So these are all things that I feel like you're going to work through. I feel like you're going to come out of it. It's still going to require some practice and some like emotional discipline, as I was saying in the beginning. But I do feel like a lot of people, events, and material objects are going to be drawn to you, are going to be definitely drawn to you, and drawn and you're going to be able to grow from them and allow your energy to grow with them. I do feel like you're going to be in this more receptive energy, absolutely, from where you are right now. And then, moving forward, you're gonna learn, you're gonna understand yourself a lot better. You're gonna know what you deserve. You're gonna know. I feel like if I had tarot here, it would be like the Empress card for the outcome. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in this place of like value and deserving and allowing things to come to you, that because you've worked on your self-worth, because you understand what self-worth and self-value is. You understand how your relationship with yourself reflects your relationship to everything else outside of you. So really, really positive stuff. So I'm going to leave it here. This went on longer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope this gave you some guidance and clarity as to how to work through these money blocks and your beliefs and feelings about money and stuff like that. So if this didn't resonate, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Okay, my second pile. So this is your reading as to your blocks. What is blocking your abundance, your money, your wealth? And the first thing I'm getting here with your cards, just an overall kind of vibe here with your oracle message here in the middle. It says, come to the edge, number 36. So this is all about taking a leap of faith, having courage, being brave, taking a risk with something. I do feel like for some of you, there's something that you're afraid to do that is going to impact your money, your wealth, and your abundance, and your sense of stability and security, because we do have two red cards here which speak about the root chakra, which speak about security, money, finances, stability, and safety and stuff like that. I feel like there's some type of fear energy going on within you or around you that's blocking your money at this particular time. I feel like it's leading you into places that you don't need to go. I do feel like, fear is an illusion. So, what you fear at the moment is not coming from, it's coming from an old belief system, that isn't true at this very moment. So it could be something that you want to do, but you're afraid to do it because maybe you tried it in the past and it didn't work out, or maybe, you were speaking to a friend and they did it and it didn't work out for them. So there's some type of fear going on. But this card is also saying that it's time for you to be courageous. You're not going to be lost. Whatever you think is going to happen when you take this leap of faith is not going to happen. It's all just kind of in your head. You're not going to be left alone. You're not going to be unloved. You're not going to be, in poverty. It's just kind of like there's a lot of dramatization around your money and your wealth right now. And there's a lot of things that seem real but aren't really real. And I do feel like a lot of you are dwelling in the fear of like not having enough, or this like victim, or not victim, but poverty conscious mindset. And, yeah, this card is basically telling you it's okay. Spirit will catch you. There's nothing going on. I think you just need to work on your confidence. I think you just need to feel more confident in yourself and really work on your root chakra. Maybe listen to some root chakra meditation music or something like that, just to get your sense of security back on, like in the right place, because right now it's not in the right place and it's blocking your flow of money. So in terms of your beliefs about money, we have renewal. So this isn't bad, but I do feel like I was saying this is based off the root chakra because this card is red. So in terms of like your beliefs about money, I think you're being offered, this renewal is speaks about being offered an opportunity or chance to have a new life, to maybe possibly make money differently, or have a new job, or a new something where you're gonna make money. I feel like you have been taking stock of where you are and what this opportunity will bring to you. And I think you're really excited about it, but it also scares you at the same time. So again, this is really saying you need to kind of anchor down in your own sense of stability, not based, I think a lot of us, but definitely this group, I think you kind of you place your sense of stability and security on money. And like I was saying in the first pile, money, abundance, prosperity, wealth is all energy based. We're energy beings. All that is energy. Everything is energy around us. So if you're in an energy of not feeling safe and not feeling stable, then that's going to show up in your money. It's going to show up in every relationship you have, including your relationship with money. So that's something that you need to look at. And I do think, like I was saying, there's something exciting on the horizon coming up for you. I think it's time for you to maybe either get back out there. Maybe you haven't been in work in a while, and so you're getting this opportunity, or you have gotten this opportunity where it's asking you to come out of hiding. I feel like for some of you, you've been hiding, or you've been like in a hermit mode type of place, or you haven't really been going after money maybe, or something like that. But I do feel like this opportunity is it's giving you the opportunity to create a strong foundation. I feel like maybe for some of you, your old job, maybe you lost a past job or a past opportunity, or your money has just not been flowing in right, and it's just really shaking you up. It's making you feel unstable and not safe and insecure, and all these feelings are coming up. So you kind of just reclused and like hermited yourself and kind of reflecting on your next steps and stuff like that. And I do feel like there is a new opportunity here where you can create a stronger and more solid foundation. But again, this starts with you. So you need to have this solid foundation within yourself. You need to have this renewal within yourself, because it's reflecting your beliefs about money. So like I was saying, like if you're not stable within yourself, your money's not going to be stable. If you don't feel stable, your money's not going to be stable. So this is something that either you have been working on, or you're, weren't aware of, and so now you're needing to work on it. A lot of introspection, I feel like, is going on when it turns to your beliefs about money and your beliefs about getting money, receiving money, and giving money. A lot of self-reflection, a lot of alone time. I don't think you've been really like giving money, or people have been helping you with money in any type of way. I think you've just been really on very independent, very like loner. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy from this, but that's what I'm getting. And I do feel like there's a new start coming. There's a new horizon coming. There's a new beginning coming. And it's telling you, like, Spirit is saying, like, it's time to come out of that type of, I really do feel like the hermit, even though we don't have tarot here, but like, it's time for you to come out of this hermit mode. There is another beginning. There's a regeneration. There's an awakening. This card is also very fortunate. So I do feel like there's a lot of fortune, or for some of you, you could have found your fortune, your renewal, by being in hermit mode, by being alone, by self-reflecting, by meditating, by, introspecting, by listening to your inner sage and your inner mentor. I feel like maybe you had this renewal about money, about abundance, and how, it is energy, it is vibrational. And so you've been working on your vibration, stuff like that. But this is saying there's like a new source of income coming that's more beneficial, that's more solid. This is also saying that there's unexpected blessings. There's going to be a change in your circumstances. There's going to be a change in your money. And this all like stems from, I feel like Spirit is saying this all stems from, how positive you are in this phase of change. Change is uncomfortable. Are you going to feel positive, or are you going to feel defeated? Are you ready to step into this new you? So I do feel like you're getting this new sense of attitude and worth and value that is reflecting your money. And so you could be starting to see money coming in, or you soon will be starting to see like new opportunities for money, abundance, and prosperity coming in, because you've done this inner reflection work, because you've realized what money is. It's vibrational, it's energy. So you could be you're changing. First off, this is all about like this change, this transformation. It's uncomfortable now for some of you. I do feel like you're still in this, like you're not seeing the renewal quite yet, but you feel it. You could feel it, you could sense it, that it's coming. And I do feel like for a lot of you, like, this is going to change your whole like dynamic when it comes to work, when it comes to money, when it comes to abundance and prosperity, and how you make it, and how you receive it, and how you give it to others. So I do feel like something is coming to an end. You could be losing or leaving a job of some sort that you thought was a strong foundation, but now, it's just not working. And maybe you always knew it wasn't going to work, but it was something that made you feel safe and secure. So now it's coming to an end, but it's coming to an end for a reason. And it's because this renewal is coming in, but it's not going to come in until you kind of do that reflection work, that inner knowing of like how, money is vibrational, it's energy and stuff like that. But this card is really, really positive. It's all about a remarkable opportunity, and that you need to trust that whatever is coming is better than what you have known to this point, is better than what has left you. So this is really, really positive in terms of your beliefs about money. So your feelings about wealth is depicted in this discovery card. And so this discovery card is saying, talks a lot about the past. It talks a lot about how you're preparing to face this new opportunity, this new future when it comes to making money. I feel like you're, in terms of like feeling like this is your feelings about wealth, I think there's this new discovery that you're learning about wealth. You're discovering what wealth really means and how you see wealth, because people see wealth differently. Like, wealth is like all vibrational. It's again, it's an attitude, it's a perception. So I do feel like you're discovering this new perception that you have about wealth, regardless of what you have, regardless of the outcome of any opportunity. I do feel like you're getting ready to carry a commitment through to completion. So there is some very positive, wealthy opportunity coming to you, and it's going to change you for the better. I think this is something that you've been waiting for, but maybe you've been thinking that it's not really, it can't happen for whatever reason, but now it's happening, and I think that's scary, because I think obviously some things need to fall away before these new renewal discovery things can come in. But you're discovering a whole new world when it comes to money and wealth. So really, really good. I do feel like it's going to happen spontaneously, and it has something to do with your passion, something to do with something that you did spontaneously that is something that you're passionate about. It could be anything from like a creative project. It could be anything from you going to a coffee shop and striking up a conversation with someone who needs yours a certain level or some skills of yours or some, a gift that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like something in that's gonna, it's like it's gonna bring in a lot of abundance and a lot of money and a lot of wealth and a lot of opportunities. So this is really, really positive to see. This is like a whole new different possibilities in life. I think you're going to find this level of freedom. Maybe you weren't feeling free when it came to money because you just weren't feeling secure, with whatever circumstances you have, but there's a new level of freedom here as well. And I think you're not going to be as lonely or alone. You're going to be collaborating with others. I don't know why I'm getting this like lonely thing. Like you've been alone or you haven't had the help that you wanted or something like that, but you're not going to be lonely anymore. I do really think Spirit is definitely guiding you in the right direction, and you're going to be collaborating with people who are more like on your vibrational level. I think you really, if you're watching this, you really have been working on your frequency and your vibration, on your inner knowing, listening to that inner mentor, teaching yourself, learning about yourself, learning, who you really are in spiritual truth. And it really is about to pay off. And so you're leaving anything behind that's not an emotional vibration to you, that's not making you happy spiritually or emotionally. So in terms of your what you need to work through, we have release here. So release is saying that there's things that this is all about working through. This is all about your power. This card, release, is about your power. It is about freedom as well. As you meet your shadow side, you are very much a spiritual, like we're all spiritual beings, but I feel like you're discovering this new spiritual side to yourself, about listening to your intuition, knowing what your intuition is, knowing that you're a soul being, like, listening to your head, but always realizing that you have to follow your heart, you have to follow your soul, your passions, your dreams. That's what's going to create this abundance, this wealth, this money. And so I feel like that's something that you're discovering, that you have been discovering for quite some time. And I feel like it's been getting to daunt you because you're not seeing anything really coming in. But like I said, that's about to change. So there is a couple things that you need to release, that you need to leave behind before this new thing can come in. It's something of the emotional realm, something that you're attached to emotionally that's no longer serving you, that is dying, that needs to die, that needs to be cut away from your life at this moment. And I do feel you're going to come to this profound inner moment, wisdom, knowing that's going to come to you, that's gonna release you from, it's gonna make you free. Like, I'm just getting the sense of freedom. It's because you're like your shadow side. It's like your light and dark. We all have a shadow side. We all are light and dark beings. It's about collaborating those two things together and becoming like this like supernatural, like powerful manifester of like money. I know this sounds really crazy, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. There's just something that you're leaving that you thought was true, but it turns out it wasn't true. It could be a job, but it's something that has to do with your emotions. It could be a job that you really loved at one point, but now you don't really love it anymore, and so now you have to leave it, whether this was a conscious choice of yours or they let you go or something like that. But whatever is happening for your benefit, because it's teaching you how to release. It's teaching you how to come to terms with the truth of how you see money and value money and stuff like that. The truth of what really makes you happy as well. And it's requiring you to take a risk with this come to the edge card. There's something about it that's very independent. I'm getting a very independent energy. And you, like I said, you're going to collaborate with others, but it's going to be very interdependent. Like, you're not going to depend on these people to like make your money. You're going to make money with or without them. Does that make sense? But you're going to work with them, but you're going to have that income that's not dependent on, if they do this, this, and this, if you see them, if you work with them, if you collaborate with them. Does that make sense? I hope You understand what I'm saying? But there's definitely like, yeah, there's just this profound inner knowing that is going to come to you that you're still working through. I feel like you're having a hard time releasing something. This could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be like a certain belief you have about a job or money or something, but you're definitely having a hard time releasing or walking away from something because I feel like you keep going back being like, is this really the right thing for me to do? Is this really, is this really, it's like you have to trust your intuition and follow your heart, but it's something, it's new to you, so you're not used to it, so it is scary. It is something that you're just like, ugh, like this is taking a risk, coming to the edge and really trusting that spirit has your back, trusting this new knowledge that you have about spirituality, about your spiritual truth, about we're all energy and everything is energy. So I do think you're taking a risk when it comes to this new opportunity, and you're taking a risk by trusting this new inner wisdom that you have now about yourself and about the world. So in terms of your outcome, this is really good. We have completion. So finally, something is coming to complete. You're going to gain the clarity that you need. You're going to gain the truth that you need. I do feel like you're going to start a new business opportunity, a new work thing. Like, you're finally laying to bed. You're finally, laying to bed what didn't serve you. That emotional detachment, that emotional, the lack of emotional, like, connection that you felt in the past. You're finally letting that go with this completion card, which is really, really positive to see. I do feel like, this card also speaks about, being calm, that something has come to the end. And I do feel like you're going to be calm. You're going to go outside your comfort zone. You're going to step into this new emotional grace of completion. You're going to be very clear-headed. By the time this is all done, you're going to be very like no drama, only resolutions. You're going to be very business-like oriented, very strategic, very logical. Right now you're very into your, I would say, your feminine energy and stuff, and releasing and purging. And then at the end you're going to come into this like your new masculine energy. Like, we all have it, feminine and masculine energies within us, and you're gonna come into this more masculine energy where you're gonna know what actions to take based on your intuition and logic, based on a clear head and a clear heart. You're really gonna know what to do. I really do see good business financial deals being made here, and it's gonna put an end to any discrepancies in the past, any money issues, any worries, and any security issues in the past. And I do feel like it's gonna stem from your creative side, your creative projects, whatever spontaneous opportunity is going to come to you through your passions. That's going to lead you to a very successful outcome. I do see like a lot of success here when you take that risk. You have to take that risk. You have to trust that the angels have you, and that they're gonna guide you. They're gonna help you out here. So this is really, really positive to see. This is a really good outcome. I just, continue to do what you're doing, continue to be on your path. Things are ending, and I know that's hard, and a lot of us don't like change and we don't like endings, but it is better than what has, what's coming is better than what is going. Just have to look at it that way. Keep your head up and just know that everything is working out in your favor all the time. Trust in that inner knowing, trust in spirit. Spirit definitely has your back and loves you very much and wants you to be successful, wants to see you be successful, whatever success means to you. So that is what I see for you guys. I hope this resonated. If not, you can feel free to pick another pile. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Okay, pile 3. So welcome to your reading for what is blocking your money and wealth and abundance. So the first thing I'm getting from your cards here, just your overall energy, we have the flexible card here, number 19. So there is a cycle completing. 1 plus 9 reduces, no, yeah, 19 reduces to a 10. So there is a cycle completing here, and I do feel like you may be having a hard time with something. There's something, I feel like you're disappointed. Something in the past is affecting your abundance and prosperity today. And it could be like there was a missed opportunity in the past, or a failed opportunity. Something that seemed like a failure, but maybe was just, a blessing in disguise, but you're still holding on to that pain of not getting that opportunity, or that opportunity not working out, or you feeling maybe tricked when it came to like money and wealth and something like that, and you're holding on to that because I do feel like there's something that you're manifesting, but you're a little rigid in terms of like how it comes to you. I do feel like you want this opportunity, but you want this opportunity in terms to make, you know, money and abundance and wealth. It could be a new job. You want this particular thing a certain way, and you're not being flexible enough to let it come to you the way that it's supposed to come to you, because I do feel like there is something that has been brought to your attention or that has been presented to you, but since it's not looking the way that you think it should look, you're not taking it. And I also feel like you're not taking it because you feel like it's a trick, because you don't trust it. And it's not that you don't trust this opportunity, it's because something in the past happened that is maybe resembling this opportunity, that's making you feel like you can't trust this opportunity, like it's too close for comfort type of vibe. But you know, that's just because you're holding on to some resentment from the past, of a past job. Now this could be like a new job, or this could be an old job coming back, but you don't trust it. I feel like there's like so many different scenarios in this group right now. But the main key thing here is flexibility. You need to learn how to be flexible. I feel like, you know, maybe you were flexible, or you have this ability to be flexible, but right now you're not in this flexible type of place. I feel like spirit is trying to give you much better opportunities and plans and like money opportunities and new sources of income and stuff like that, but you're not being flexible. You're not being willing. You're not being open to it because you have your vision of how something is supposed to be, or how it's supposed to look, or how it's supposed to come to you, and it's blocking your money. It's blocking your success. It's blocking your abundance, your prosperity and stuff like that. So we're going to look deeper into the cards here. So in terms of your beliefs about money, we have forgiveness. So this is kind of a weird thing to get about money, but I'm picking up here, just in terms of this forgiveness, that someone broke your heart or disappointed you when it comes to money. I feel like you weren't taught the best coping mechanisms when it comes to either losing money or gaining money. I feel like there's a lot of resentment, there's a lot of guilt, there's a need to forgive someone or something, or even yourself, for investing in certain things that maybe you knew weren't good for you, or taking certain help from people who you know didn't have your best interest at heart, or something like that. But there's a really, I'm getting such a strong pain here in terms of your beliefs about money. Your beliefs about money are very painful, and it stems from the past. Now this could be a childhood, like maybe, like I said, you weren't taught the best example as to how to make money, or people didn't teach you what money really is, or you know, and it's just you have to forgive. I do feel like a parent or a guardian didn't teach you what you needed to know personally, and how to make money, how to attract money, to say for the best. It's like maybe you were taught that you needed to get this, and this, you needed to work hard, and that's how you make money, instead of doing something you love or you're passionate about. And I feel like you've been holding on to this like resentment for what you were taught about money, your beliefs about money. It's like you weren't taught the right beliefs, you know? And I do feel like this definitely stems from your childhood, but there's a need to forgive. You're still holding on. You need to forgive this person for teaching you bad, like, beliefs about money, or just beliefs that don't resonate with you, basically. Now, that it's fine if they believe that about money, you know, whatever. But you took it on to be your beliefs, and that's where, you know, the hurt and the pain and the resentment is coming from, because that's not true for you. And you've probably been living your life that's this whole time believing money is this way, when you feel in your heart it's a different type of thing. It's more about being happy. It's more about, you know, believing in yourself. It's more about a vibrational match, because, you know, we're energy. Money is just energy, and you know, if you're not at a certain energy or frequency to attract it, then you're either not going to attract it, or you're going to attract it, but it's not going to stay. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to build. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? So there's definitely something here about like forgiveness. I'm actually going to read the card, because this is a very interesting message. So, in terms of this being your beliefs about money, the forgiveness card is all about a toxic situation. So, you could have a really toxic belief when it comes to money. And I honestly, 99% of us were taught this, but this is definitely something that stems from childhood. This is something that you were taught that is very, very toxic and it has been affecting your money your whole life. And this is something that you need to heal. You need to allow yourself to return to your natural state of what you believed, before people taught you what to believe when it comes to money. And forgiveness is forgiving ourselves and for loving those people who taught us those beliefs that stem from a place of hurt. They're just teaching you what they were taught. They don't know any better, they don't know any different. So we don't need to hold on to that type of pain, but it is time for a personal evolution. It is time to let go of those who have betrayed us when it comes to money. Maybe you lent money to someone, or you worked for a certain job or something, and it fell through. They didn't give you what you was due to you, or there's just some type of pain when it comes to your beliefs about money. Like something you thought is the way that how you're supposed to make money and how it's supposed to go, it didn't go that way. And so now you're very hurt. And maybe you took someone's advice as to, getting a particular job because they told you like this job makes this amount of money and you can have this, and this. And so now, you're doing all that and you did that, and now you feel like, something happened where you didn't get that money. You didn't make that much money. They let you go, or, it fell through, something like that. And so now you're just kind of angry at the person for listening to the person who told you to go after this, when really it wasn't in your best interest and it was just in their best interests, but you didn't have the confidence or the courage to kind of stand up for yourself. This is this whole disappointing thing about money that needs to change. This is all about, like I said, it's time to grow up. I do feel like there's like an immaturity when it comes to how you think about money. It's very like, maybe you think like people are supposed to always take care of you, or your parents or your guardians are always supposed to like rescue you or help you out in a jam or something like that. But it's hurting you more than it's helping you. Let's just say that. Whatever your beliefs are, it is definitely hurting you. It's not helping you. And maybe you're thinking it's helping you, but it's really not. This is about some type of past. Yeah, this is definitely about a past wounding. And it definitely has to do something to do with family. So your family and money could be an issue right now, where you're just really disappointed and sad and hurt, and you feel betrayed on some level, even that they would do this to you. Now, I don't know the specifics of your situation when it comes to your release, but this whole heartbreak family situation is tied to your money. So only you will know what that means to you if this resonates. Now, this is also about, like I said, resentments. You need to focus more on your intention, so this doesn't happen again, not on the pain. You're focusing too much on the pain of something, on like you did this. I feel like there's like a blame game or something, like something you're blaming. You're focusing too much on the other person and not enough about what you did, how you contributed to this painful situation, this painful discovery, this belief that you have that hasn't been serving you at all. And it stems from a family dynamic, a family belief system, and you need to forgive yourself for believing in them and not believing in yourself, because I feel like that's mostly where the pain is coming from. It's like you trusted them to guide you, and you feel like they didn't guide you where you wanted to go, and only you can guide you where you want to go, what you believe in when it comes to stuff like that. So I think you're learning a really hard lesson when it comes to money, your beliefs about money, how other people see money. And I do feel like, this is not all doom and gloom. It sounds, it's not as serious as I'm making it sound, but this really is about self-forgiveness and finding your own fulfillment and finding your own place where you belong when it comes to money, and like, holding on to your dreams that you had before people told you that you couldn't have those dreams because they weren't going to make enough money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's past wounding, it's past stuff. It's fulfilling your wishes now, because you haven't been fulfilling them. You have been fulfilling other people's wishes. And I know that's like hard to come to terms with, but it's true. You've been feeling, if it's not your parents, you've been feeling society's wishes on what they believe about money. There's something that you need to forgive, because people have different beliefs about money. And about wealth, about abundance, about prosperity. And you can't listen, to anyone's beliefs about anything. You have to have your own beliefs, your own set of beliefs. And your beliefs can change. They don't have to stay the same. They're not, it's just something you're adopting in this lifetime. They don't make or break you. It's just maybe right now you need to believe that dreams can make, following your passions can make your money. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to stick to one type of belief. You can have as many beliefs as you want. You don't have to have any beliefs. It honestly really doesn't matter, as long as they're it's your choice, and it's fulfilling you, and it's making you feel safe, and it's, you feel like you belong, you feel grounded, you feel like, you're not harboring resentment or pain, because that shit will block your money. Let me tell you that, because money is vibrational, and it's an energy, and we're energy. And if you're feeling sad and hurt and resentful and all this stuff, what do you think you're going to attract? You may attract money, but it won't stay, it won't keep, it won't feel good either, because you don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? So there's something going on here about your beliefs that you really need to look at. It stems from a place of, acceptance and forgiveness and fulfillment and fulfilling your own wishes. Now, in terms of your feelings about wealth, we have trickery. So, oh Lord, this group has like a very rigid way of believing and thinking about money. And I think, honestly, Spirit is trying to get you to see differently, but you are holding on to some pain because you haven't forgiven yourself or forgiven people or whatever the case may be for teaching you a way that doesn't resonate with you. And so now you're just angry, and that's blocking your money. But with the trickery in terms of like your feelings about wealth. Now, what group did I say this in? But I was saying, like, for me personally, I have different beliefs when it comes to wealth and money. I feel like everyone can make money, can get money, can have money. How much money and when, that's, your own personal thing. But money is not something that's really hard to obtain, honestly. Whether someone gives it to you or, whatever. But wealth is a different type of attitude. Wealth for me, is a different attitude. It's perception. It's a very high level energy. It's a very high frequency, money, you can get money at any frequency, but whether it'll stay, whether you'll feel good, that's different. Wealth, you need to be at a high frequency. For me personally, I believe that to create wealth, because it takes a certain level of discipline. It has a different, like I said, attitude. It has a different vibrational feel to it. And with trickery being in your place of wealth, the trickery is not a bad card. I do feel like there's some type of ungrateful thing when it comes to money. You could have learned this. I honestly feel like this is just something you picked up from other people, and it has just been hurting you, and you're tired of it hurting you. You're tired of it not working out. And I do feel like maybe you feel like you've been tricked. People have tricked you to believe something that's not necessarily true, because you're seeing other people do things and it work out for them, but when you do what they do, it doesn't work out for you. And so maybe you're comparing yourself to other people, but it's not about what you see, it's about the feeling. Money, abundance, prosperity, that's a feeling, it's a frequency, it's a vibration. It's not what you see. But with the trickery card, this is about manipulation. So you could be very much feel like you have been manipulated when it comes to your money and your wealth, or you could be the one that has been manipulating people when it comes to gaining money and wealth. Maybe that was something you were taught, that you need to manipulate others to give you money. And this could be just work, this could be family or friends, but there's something dishonest about it. And honestly, I'm getting like an ungrateful type of attitude, kind of like lethargic, apathetic type vibe, like just emotionally disconnected. And if you're emotionally disconnected because your emotions are like the gas to your frequency and your vibration, then obviously you're not going to be happy with whatever you receive or you give. And I don't feel like you're giving or receiving anything. I do feel like there's an opportunity that it has been presenting itself, that will present itself, but you're so hurt and in pain and just in this place of like blame that you can't even see the opportunity, because you feel like this person's tricking you. Like, you don't trust this person. And honestly, it's not that you don't trust this person. It's like 80% of it, you don't trust yourself, because you didn't trust yourself in the beginning when it came to this person or this situation or this work or this job, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of distrust going on, and I think it needs to be more focused on not this person, but more on like trusting yourself and learning how to trust yourself so that this doesn't happen again, so that people can't manipulate you to doing what they think is best for you instead of doing what you think is best for you, if that makes sense. But also, this card speaks about a deep desire. So you have this deep desire. You already know what you want. You already know what's going to make you happy. You already know that this thing that's going to make you happy is going to bring you the wealth, the money, and abundance you need, but you're not trusting it because you're listening to other people. You have been listening to other people, and they have been getting to your head, and it's hurting you. You know, like I said, this is hurting you more than it's helpful to you. And I don't think you've really spoken about this, or you're aware of this. You definitely haven't. I don't feel like you've spoken to the people doing this, but there is there's just some, you know what you want, and I think you're just scared to go after it because you're afraid that people are going to resent you, or someone in particular is going to resent you for not listening to them. And so that's also could possibly be breaking your heart. And so that's where also forgiveness comes in as well. So there's definitely some hurt feelings here, some pain, and it all comes from not trusting yourself and not speaking up for yourself. It's like, if you speak up for yourself, you feel like you're going to hurt this person, and if you don't speak up for yourself, you're the one that's hurt. So I get it, and but you're not responsible for other people's feelings, just like they're not responsible for your feelings. We can listen to advice and take it with a grain of salt, but we have to be careful where that advice is coming from. Is it coming from a place of honest trustworthiness, where that person has your best interest at heart and not their best interest at heart? Does that make sense? Because I do feel like you're taking advice, or you were listening to someone who didn't have your best interest at heart. They had their best interest at heart. Maybe they wanted you to get this particular job or go in this direction because it would make them feel safe. It would make them feel better. It would make them whatever, instead of you. So I feel like that's something that you really need to look into. But in terms of the trickery card, it's not a bad card. It's just saying there has been some manipulations going on. You need to practice listening to your heart and following your heart, because that's what's keeping you stuck. That's what's keeping you in this place of, just pain and resentment and fear. This also speaks about, in terms of your beliefs about wealth, you do have a vision of what wealth looks like to you. You know what wealth means to you. You're listening to other people when it comes to wealth, and you need to be honest. I also feel like this card also speaks about, remember I was saying with the ungrateful energy, there's a certain level of greed to this card as well. So be careful not to be too greedy, not to, keep your wealth to yourself. Maybe you are a really wealthy person, and you feel like people manipulate that because clearly they want what you have, and instead of you sticking up for yourself, you kind of just give in, but then it hurts you and you feel a lot of resentment, and you don't, it could be something like that. So I would just, don't be afraid to tell the truth of how you feel, if that resonates with you. And don't let fear make you greedy, make you manipulative, make you feel like poverty conscious, like you have to keep everything to yourself. You can't give to others. I think you just need to be discerning about who you give to, who you listen to, and who you receive from. I think it's all just about discernment for you, because discernment is going to make or break your money. It's going to make or break your wealth. So, don't play around with scarcity mindset, you have to learn to be vulnerable, how to be honest. Reflect on your hidden motives. What did you contribute to this pain and this heartache, this separation, or this, betrayal of some sort? So it's about looking at your hidden motives, reflecting on other people's hidden motives. Not accusing others, but just knowing okay, this person has a habit of doing this, this, and this. This means that I can only give them this, don't overgive. Don't and don't since this person's doing this, I'm going to do this too. If this person's being greedy, I can be greedy too. No, you can't do that, because that's kind of again, low vibrational energy, and it's just going to block your abundance. So this is definitely about being honest. I do feel like you're going through a trying time right now. And I think you could be afraid to ask for help For some of you, you're afraid to ask for help when it comes to your money and wealth because you don't trust where you're getting the help. So if that's the case, then you need to be discerning about who you ask for help with. You can't ask everyone for help. You can't ask everyone for advice, honestly. You just need to follow your intuition when it comes to that, because you're really in this like just bored, not feeling good about anything type of place. And I do feel like it's just, you don't want to be disappointed again, and you're expecting one thing with the flexible card, and you're not getting what you want. And I just feel like you keep getting disappointed and you keep getting hurt, to a lesser or more extent. And it's because it's like you have this vision of how this situation or how your money is supposed to go, which is good, but it's like, it's so like, there's no room for like miracles is what I'm hearing, for spirit to step in and give you something even better. There's no room for surprises. It's like, you're like, it has to be this way. It has to be like this. If I ask this person for this, and this, I have to get this, and this. Like, instead of just going with the flow and trusting that you will get to where you need to get to in terms of your money and wealth, and you will figure this whole situation out. If this resonates with you, this is I feel like kind of a specific message when it comes to money, and it's been a strong message lately in terms of like relationships with others, and that's affecting your money. Just in the first two piles, it was kind of like that. Particularly the first pile was kind of similar, so that may help you out as to giving you more clarity on the situation. But there are I think you have a lot of hidden motives when it comes to wealth and money, and you may be attracting similar people, and so you may be like hurt by these people. But you also have to ask yourself, relationships are mirrors. So if someone's coming to you very manipulative, you need to ask yourself, where have you been manipulative? Have you ever been manipulative? Where have you been manipulating others? Where have you been greedy? If you're attracting greedy people, or people are really coming to you being really greedy, then you have to ask yourself, where are you being greedy? Because it's a vibrational thing. And I think maybe that may be hard for you to understand, maybe, and you're not really open to that idea, but it is something to maybe reflect on, or just see if if you can just be honest. There's a certain level of honesty that I feel like is lacking here. Like, you're not being honest with these people, and you're not being honest with yourself. Therefore, your money, your wealth is not coming in honestly. It's coming in very maybe sporadic and not staying and not lasting long. Does that make sense? I really do feel like you're afraid to be honest with yourself and with others. And so you're kind of pointing the finger and blaming others for doing this, and this, but you're also doing the same thing to a lesser or more extent, whether it's with these people or different people, whether it's at work or, with your partner or something like that. There's just something that there's a guilty thing here, and you're kind of pointing the finger at this guilt, but it's really just a reflection of your own guilt, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. So in terms of what you need to work through, we have rejection. So this could definitely be something that someone rejected you, a job rejected you, and you're still holding on to that rejection, and you're taking it so personally. And it's not personal, I'm hearing, rejection is God's protection. So whatever you were rejected from, whether this be a job or a person not helping you or not being able to help you, it's because they aren't meant to. It's because it wasn't meant to be like that. But I think you had it in your head that it was supposed to, like this person was supposed to help you, or this job was supposed to pick you, and it didn't happen. And so it's really kind of like messing up with your head at this point. It's bringing up a lot of guilt, a lot of manipulations, a lot of pain, and it's just stemming from a place, it's just stemming from a place of like back in your childhood, like what you were taught in terms of like, how to handle situations like this. I don't think you were taught how to handle rejection well, and I don't think you ever thought of rejection kind of reflecting your money or the way you make your money. But like I said, money is vibrational. You're a vibrational being. It all goes hand in hand, and I know it's a hard concept to understand if this is something that's new to you. You weren't taught this, but it is something that's worth looking into and just seeing if this could be the key to releasing all of that and being more open to prosperity and abundance in all forms and any way that it's supposed to come. So yeah, like I was saying, so rejection in terms of like your what you need to work through. This is about developing like thicker skin. I think you're really afraid that people are going to use you, or because you've been used in the past. And so you want to use them before they use you, is something I'm picking up. I think you're really afraid of other people's approval or opinion about you. I do think that you are very much in an unsupportive environment when it comes to making your money. So you could be in a job that's just dishonest and very greedy, not helpful, and maybe you are a person that cares for others, wants to give to others, and doesn't like being greedy. But this is a job that your dad like got for you, or this is an example that your dad got for you because your dad used to work there, or something like that, or your dad was thinking like, hey, this is a really good job for you because of this and this, what you get out of it. But deep down, it was something that you never really wanted to do because you didn't believe in the same beliefs as this company and or your dad. So, and then you're afraid of hurting your dad's feelings because this is not something that you want to do. It's just unsupportive and you feel alone and you're just waiting for a savior. But the only person that's going to save you is you. This is a really wild example, but you see where I'm going with this? It's like there's a lot going on here. And I just feel like you feel like you're working against your environment. And it's because honestly, you're not being honest with how you feel with your whoever is making you and manipulating you to doing something you don't want to do, and you're not being honest, and you're just wanting to be alone. I feel you're wanting to cut this loose. You're almost about to be hasty and just cut everyone and everything loose, I feel. And and just being like, fuck it, like forget it, like this is just it's getting overwhelmingly in your heart, like your heart chakra is closing off a little bit, I feel here, because it's just you can't handle whatever's going on. You just can't handle anymore. It's not working in your favor. This card is also saying you need to be true to yourself, and you really need to speak up and be honest with people about what you believe and what you need to be happy, because you're unhappy. Basically, you're really unhappy. And like I said, rejection is spirit's protection. So you really need to work alone right now. I do feel like if someone's going to come in to help you who you can trust, or someone has already been kind of in your life to help you, but you don't trust them. And it's not because of this person. It's because of the past, because you haven't healed and forgiven the past. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's just a lot of healing and forgiveness that needs to happen. And there's a big lesson here about approval and really needing approval, or you feel like you needing approval from other people, whether that be family, friends, work, or something, for you to be successful or you to have the wealth or money that you want, instead of you approving of yourself, instead of you trusting yourself and believing in yourself that, your beliefs are going to lead you to the wealth and money and abundance and prosperity that you deserve, that you desire, that was promised to you before you were even born here on this earth, before people told you, all sorts of lies and stuff like that. So in terms of your outcome here, we have destiny. So I do feel like this is a really positive outcome. You will get to this place where you will finally be aligned with your destiny. You will finally be stable enough to understand that you were supposed to go through certain things to get you to this place in your life right now. Now, you have two gray cards here in terms of like the colors here, and gray represents spirit, universal consciousness. It's very neutral. It's very wisdom, spiritual unity, expansiveness. It represents also the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra here, and it keeps us connected to spirit. So I do feel like you're gonna have this newfound connection to spirit with the destiny card here. This also speaks about the light and shadow side within. So I do feel like you're going to come to a place where you're going to understand that there's light and shadow within all of us. And, it's nothing to judge. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to, look down upon, because we all have it. We all have times when we're greedy. We all have times when we're scared. We all have times when we're anxious. We all have times when we want to be mean. Like, it's just it's just human, but it's also knowing that, that's not the only truth that lives in you. Your soul is never angry. It doesn't care, honestly, about money. It doesn't even know what money is. Money of like 500 years ago was like stones. Money's always changing. Like, it's all about the feeling, it's all about the vibration, it's all about the frequency. So this is really saying that you're going to be more open-minded, you're going to be more fair, you're going to be more guided, but you're going to be guided by your own beliefs instead of other people's opinions and beliefs. I do feel like you're going to start to take an impartial look at your situation, at your past situation, and where you are right now. And then you're going to take the action and that is required. And you're just going to be in a place that you're going to listen more. You're going to observe more. You're going to take a step back and see things from a neutral place. I feel there's also going to be a lot of new communication coming in, and it's going to be really positive, because like I'm saying, I do feel like your environment is not the most positive right now. So you're going to be in a more positive, uplifted environment. I do feel like things are going to unfold for you the way that they're supposed to. You're going to become more stable. I do feel like you're going to understand what to invest in and what not to invest in. And that could be anything: friends, family, jobs, projects, whatever the case may be. You are going to observe, and you are going to, just understand what it is about your destiny that's important. I do feel like you're going to be, your angels are all behind you. You're going to be really guided by your angels. I see you spending more time alone because of just everything. If this, resonate with you, because of everything that's happened and the people around you, you're going to be spending more time alone. And that is going to help you to kind of regain your strength, regain your clarity. And in doing so, you're going to meet someone that you were destined to meet. This could be a love interest. This could be a work partner. It could be both. But this destiny card represents love as well. True love, to be exact, and it represents faith. So this is really positive, and this is about deep satisfaction as well, and the ability to change, and the ability to create, to know if you're on the right destiny, and are you ready for your true destiny, and are you willing to take a risk? Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you truly desire? It's gonna really test your ability to be flexible. I think this is definitely a test you're going through right now. Like, the universe is testing you in terms of like trying to get you to be more flexible and to be more open to realize your true destiny, because you do have a lot of spiritual guidance around you. So I do feel like this is definitely something that has been divinely orchestrated to help you kind of discover your own truth and to see the truth of others, and not just, their manipulative, tricky truth, but the whole truth, the light and the dark, the shadow and the light side. So this is definitely something that I know it doesn't seem like it's affecting, or it could affect your money, but these types of energies really do affect our money, because like I said, money is energy, and energy is always changing, and it's always, different frequencies and stuff like that. So it really does affect it. I think once you get this cleared up, you'll start to see like money will just start flowing in, and it'll feel freer. It'll feel better. It won't feel so painful, because I feel like there's something about pain around money and just manipulations, and you just not feeling good about it, whether you have it or don't have it. It's just, and it all stems from like a wound. It all stems from a wound of the past, just something that wasn't or hasn't been completely healed or forgiven within yourself and within this relationship, or this type of, whether this is a business relationship or, work relationship or family. Like I was saying, I am picking up a family dynamic, but it could stem from like, work and your coworkers and stuff like that. So yeah, okay, so this is what I see here. But all in all, I do feel like you're very destined. Whatever's happening is destined to happen. It's here to teach you how to be more flexible, how to see things from a different perspective, how to see things from a neutral perspective, and to observe before you take action, and to see the truth of everything. So I'm going to leave it here. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. If not, you can pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Okay, my fourth group. So this is your reading for what is blocking your money, wealth, abundance, prosperity. So the first thing I'm getting here is I'm getting a lot of green. So this is definitely representative of your heart chakra. Um, and there's so weird. Okay, so we have two green cards and two blue cards. So this is your heart chakra and your throat chakra. So this is about communication. Which is so weird because when I was dealing your cards, I felt like, you know, if you're watching this, like you're really chatty in terms of like money. Maybe you talk about money a lot. Maybe it's always a topic of a conversation with people around you, but it may not be the healthiest conversation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the people around you really have a healthy perception on money. And I think it's been wearing on you. I think you're learning that these people don't have the most healthiest perception when it comes to money. And so you could be like isolating yourself to kind of get a better perspective about money and how to make money and what the value of money to you. Because I do feel like you have been conversating with people that are very, always talking about maybe other people's money and how much money they have compared to other people or something like that. There's a lot of like unhealthy gossip and like my horse is bigger than your horse type of vibe, or I have more money than this person and stuff like that, or I just bought this but this person, it's very gossipy, it's very like show off, it's very low vibrational. And like I was saying in all the piles, you know, money is a vibration, it is a frequency. We are all energy, we are all, you know, have a certain level of vibration or frequency, and money does as well. And if you are on a certain frequency, you know, when it comes to money, you know, if you're in a place where you're gossiping or you're just very like competitive or aggressive, you know, in terms of like money, your money's going to come in that way. Your money's going to have that same type of energy. So maybe you feel like you can't get money unless you're really aggressive or competitive or like showing up, showing off, or showing or up, show, what's the word? Like showing up one, up showing one. Oh my God, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to one up someone. That's it. In terms of like money. And so you think like you always have to have the best, you always have to look the best, you always have to have the best things, or maybe there's people around you who think this is what they value, this is where they're at when it comes to money and wealth and their perception. But I am feeling like you're starting to be, especially with this here and now card number 32, which reduces to a 5. So I do feel like you're going through a very difficult time, a transition, a change, not, it doesn't come without challenges, but it is a change, because 5 is all about change and challenges, but it's a lesson and it's helping you to grow, because we do have this little girl here sitting on an egg in the middle, and then we have the past sign and then a future sign. So I do feel like you're in the middle, whether you're male or female watching this, you're in the middle between your past and your future. And it is a difficult transition for you because you are sitting on this new abundant new beginning, and the door is open for you to go in either direction. Now the universe doesn't like, you know, certain circumstances, the universe will like push you in the direction you're meant to go, but we all have free will, you know. This is up to you whether you want to continue to be in the past and gossip about money and what people have, or do you want to be in the future and kind of be really independent, have your own, be financially independent, be emotionally independent, be independent from other people's beliefs and ideas about and perceptions about money and wealth. Because I do feel like there's people around you who are messing with your head. Like it's very conflicting. You're around conflicting ideas, and honestly they're not the best ideas, they're not the best perceptions. It may seem good because it's like, you know, when it seems like when everyone's complaining, so you think it's okay to complain, but honestly complaining is very low vibrational and it doesn't really help anything. But it's become such a norm that, you know, if someone doesn't complain, then it's just like a rare type of, you know, thing where it's just like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you complaining? Like, you know, something like that. So I think it's something like where you feel like it's normal, or you think, or you were brought up to feel like it's normal to talk about money. It's normal to talk about other people's money. But how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel empowered after the conversation? Or does it make you feel like conflicted, or like, show, like you have to show off, like you have to prove something, like you have to convince people of something. So pay attention to the conversations you have about money, because it's affecting your attraction to wealth and money in a general sense. Now, with this perception card, it's in the position of your intentions or your beliefs about money. So it all stems from your perception. I feel like you have come to the conclusion that your perceptions about money in the past have not been the greatest. I do feel like your perceptions about money are changing. You're going through this change where you're starting to see money and value money differently than what you have in the past. And I think you're starting to become more independent in your beliefs. And I think before you were maybe trying to fit in, and you were trying to believe certain things that other people believed in because they believed in it and you just wanted to fit in. But now I feel like you're not doing that. I do feel like you are isolating yourself, or you need to isolate yourself and really come into your own power, your own beliefs, whether people agree with it or not. And it's what you believe, it's what you think, and it doesn't matter if people agree with it or not, because it's no one's business how you feel about money or your beliefs about money. It's no. And that's another thing that's been kind of like a common norm, is like everyone having to discuss their beliefs, thinking like, and not just about money, about anything. And you don't have to discuss your beliefs. You don't have to do anything, honestly, that you don't feel in your heart is right, no matter how people normalize it, no matter how people think like, oh, if you don't do, no matter how they guilt trip you or make you feel any type of way. If you don't believe in something, don't do it. If you don't like to gossip, don't do it. Just because other people are gossiping doesn't mean anything. Be in the world, not of it, is that type of energy. And I do feel like that's something that you're discovering, because I do feel like an independent, like this change you're going through is helping you to be more independent mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, and spiritually. And you're starting to go after your own dreams and just do what feels right to you, after some much needed alone time to change this perception, because I don't think you were liking what was going on or what has been going on, and it's just been kind of bugging you and making you feel maybe icky, engaging in conversations that aren't always positive when it comes to abundance, or maybe you're talking around people who are very have a poverty conscious or scarcity conscious, and it's just, deep down you don't believe their beliefs, but it's like you want to fit in. You don't want people to think you're weird, or you don't want people to think that you think that you're better than them. It's just a whole lot of you perceiving how other people are going to perceive you, instead of you just perceiving yourself the way you perceive yourself, and people either are going to take it or not take it. It's like building this confidence within yourself, being more confident in your abilities to focus and manifest the abundance and the money that you want and you deserve through your own creations, through your own creativity, through your own passions. I feel like you're a very passionate person, and you're actually honestly probably very like abundant in a general sense. Like you don't really worry about money, for some of you, or you've never had an issue with money, but there's been a change, or there's been like a change and it's been stagnant, or it's been blocking you, or you're just feeling kind of despondent in like how you're receiving money, or just how you're making money, and you want to change. And so maybe you're talking to people, trying to get some ideas, but I don't think their ideas are really benefiting you. I don't think they have your best interest at heart, because they have their own certain beliefs and things about and views about money that don't really align to what you believe about money, if that makes sense. But this perception is a really good card in terms of like I was saying, your beliefs about money. I think you are starting to get into this place of really perceiving money differently, and your money is transforming because you're transforming. I do feel like you're transforming in terms of like you're growing and changing, because we have butterflies here, and you're starting to really value yourself differently. And so that in terms is changing your money, because like I said, you're a vibrational being and money is a vibration. So when you change your vibration, your money is going to change. How you bring it in and how you give it out. So this is definitely a a very wealthy card. It's like you have the ability to attract a lot of wealth. But you have to have an open mind and an open heart. And like I said, the ability to see things differently. And by seeing things differently, I honestly feel this is about seeing yourself differently and you being okay with how you see yourself. You know, you being okay with not liking gossip or not liking, you know, people's certain beliefs about money. You don't have to like it. It's okay. You're just going to find people who have the same mentality as you, who think the same. You know, if these people don't have the same, you know, beliefs about money, that's okay. It doesn't make them bad. It's just their beliefs, you know, but you don't have to take it on to be your beliefs, which is maybe something that you used to do or you have been doing, but now you don't want to do it because it honestly does not resonate with you. I do feel like you are like so passionate and confident, or you're learning how to be passionate and confident in your work, in your projects, in your abundance, in your creativity. I do feel like you're very attractive. Like you don't really have a hard time attracting money. And I feel like maybe you're talking to people who have a hard time attracting money. And so this is where they're getting like this poverty conscious, scarcity conscious type of mindset. So it's just a different alignment. I think you're just not aligning to these people anymore, and these could be family, friends, coworkers. So I think you're just changing directions a little bit, and you may be feeling a little bit guilty about that, but don't, because it's just meant to happen. Spirit is saying it's just, you know, it's just needed. It doesn't mean you have to hate them or not talk to them anymore. It just means like you just are not aligning with their values and what they believe, and you never did, but now it's getting to the point where you can't maybe tolerate being around them because it's just such a vibrational difference, and you just want to be around more people who see life and money and wealth the way you do, which is really abundance, law of attraction type stuff. I do feel like you're very into law of attraction and like, you know, law of abundance, law of manifestation, stuff like that. And you're maybe hanging around certain people who are just very in this 3D, really not like aware of their spiritual abilities or aware that money is a vibrational thing and it's an energy. So I think you're just going through growing pains, honestly. And, you know, the more you change and the more you transform, the more that your money is going to change and transform. And I do feel like it's going to change for the better. I don't think you've had a hard time attracting abundance. I think it's been the people around you, you know, just getting in your head a little bit, causing some conflict. And so you kind of question it a little bit, or you're just kind of not wanting to be around them because anytime you talk to them, you just feel drained and you don't feel like you're in your power. So it's something like that. But I'm not getting you guys are bad with money. I feel like you guys are really well off in terms of like you're very financially independent, or you're about to be very soon here, after you get through this difficult transition. So yeah. Okay. So in terms of isolation here, this is in the position of your feelings about wealth. So this is a blue card. So this is all about the throat chakra. I do feel this isolation card is, usually it speaks about a celebration. I do feel like there is something that's healing in your wealth. I do feel like there's a celebration that's about to be had when it comes to wealth. There's a new experience that's about to come in that's very destined here. I feel like it's going to be very healing. It's going to allow you to be vulnerable. It's going to allow you to be yourself and speak your truth. It's very, just very destined, I'm getting. I do feel like, with this card though, in terms of your feelings about wealth, you can like maybe overprotect your wealth or really isolate your wealth, maybe oversave to the point where you feel like you're never going to get it back type of vibe. I do feel like sometimes you over prepare, like, what does that mean? Like you just never feel ready to spend or go after something that makes you feel good. Does that make sense? Like there's something in terms of wealth where it just makes you feel like you're never ready for it, or you're just, or you feel like maybe you're not ready for this wealth, or maybe you feel like this wealth is coming in but you're not ready for it, but you are ready for it and it was destined to come in at this time. Everything was meant to happen that is happening was meant to happen for a reason. So I think you have been preparing for this change that you're going through and this like, independent, financially independent energy. It could be that you have been like financially dependent on friends or family, and you don't want to do that anymore because it's not resonating with you anymore. It's causing a lot of conflict. It's making you get headaches. It's making you feel like you have to show off or prove or convince them of something, and so you just want to be independent more. I'm getting a very independent energy from these cards. So it could be that's something that you're going through, and so that means that, this card means you're on the verge of something big. So something really major is about to happen, and they're telling you, this card is like saying, like, if you don't participate and if you don't take a leap of faith, it could pass you by. Now, whatever's meant for you, I believe, is meant for you. It'll never miss you. It'll just come again in another package or another way. But there is some big opportunity that is gonna help you feel more luxurious, more independent, able to speak your truth and be vulnerable and be optimistic. I feel it's gonna like, it's a wish. Some type of wish is coming through here. You have a hopeful wish about wealth. You have faith that you will be wealthy, that you will have wealth, whatever wealth means to you. And wealth means differently to different people. So whatever it means to you to be wealthy, I think that dream is going to come true here with this isolation. But it's going to require you to not isolate yourself so much. Maybe you have been isolating yourself from certain people, and so now it's time for you to not isolate yourself so that you can get the wealth that you want. And you've been isolating yourself obviously for good reason, because you don't like the people you're around, but I think it's time to like not isolate yourself so much. There's definitely a level of like celebration, some type of party. You could be going to a party where you finally find your people that vibe on the same frequency as you and think the same and have the same perceptions, or very like a soul family that think the same way about money and wealth, something like that. It's going to be a very healing thing that's coming in. But you're very hopeful when it comes to wealth and creating wealth, and I feel like very organized. You're very protective of your wealth in a good way. I'm not getting a bad thing from that. But like I'm saying, I do feel like you over prepare your wealth. Like, you have a lot of wealth, but maybe you don't tell a lot of people because you're afraid of their perception of you, or, something like that. But there's something about like over preparing, not feeling ready. But I don't think, you could be, like I'm saying, like getting an opportunity to gain a lot of wealth, but you feel like you're not ready, but you are. You have been for quite some time, I'm getting as well. With the star here, I feel like it's very destined opportunity, and it's something that you've been hoping and wishing for. So don't feel like you're not worthy. I don't think it's a worthy thing. I feel like you just feel like you're not ready. So that could be something that could resonate with you. Now, in terms of what you need to go through or process or figure out, we have gossip here. So there has been some gossip going around, and I don't feel like it has been the most positive gossip. I feel like it has been a lot of hollow, superficial stuff going on that you need to let go of, that you need to be aware that it's happening. And I feel like you're aware that it's happening because that's why you've isolated yourself, but it's still happening. And I think it's time for you to either speak up or cut these people loose a little bit, or just like distance yourself, depending on like, family, friends and stuff like that, depending on what your guides are telling you when it comes to this. But there are people around you who just don't have the best perceptions or like mentality when it comes to wealth and abundance and prosperity. They're very gossipy. I'm getting a really like envious, jealous type of vibe from this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people who are jealous of maybe you and your wealth. If they know about your wealth, I feel like maybe if people don't know about your wealth, they have this perception of you, and they're like talking about you behind your back. That's one thing. And if these people know about your wealth, they're very jealous about it, and they always feel like they have to like prove themselves to you or something like that. And whatever the case may be, first of all, jealousy either way, it's just low vibes. I feel like you feel like this is just low vibe and you just don't want to be around it. You don't want people to be jealous of you. You want to uplift people. You want people to be empowered. You want people to feel as wealthy as you do in whatever way, however they want to feel it. I feel like you found your niche. You found your thing where you feel confident, and that confidence is attracting wealth and opportunities and abundance. And you just want other people to find that confidence as well. But it's something that they have to do for themselves, and they're choosing to be in this like low vibe type of thing, and it's just kind of like, honestly, it's annoying you, I feel. I feel like this is like green, so this is about the heart. There's a need for you to open your heart to these people and to kind of, these people are jealous of you because they want what you have. That doesn't mean they can't get it. I think they're just confused. So it's like you have to see these people as people who are just, they don't know. They haven't found who they really are yet. Does that make sense? They haven't, it's like showing compassion for these people, because these people, you know, they don't have like, I feel like, you know, these people have an agenda, but it's not so negative. It's just really an envious vibe I'm feeling. They're just really not connected to their heart space. And it's not personal. I'm also carrying. You may take it as personal. And it's honestly, I feel like it's just annoying you. You just want to be around like-minded people. But these people are like, I'm going to read this card because I'm getting like weird things from it. So I do feel like there's a certain level of naivety here. Lack of appreciation, refocus your life. So it's also freedom and honor. You need to honor your needs. You need to honor your heart. These people that they're around aren't honoring their heart. They don't appreciate. I feel like these people you're around are very ungrateful. Like, just have a lack of appreciation for money, for what they value, for things they value. And I think you're refocusing your life on what you value, on what you appreciate, on being more grateful. And it is changing you for the better and changing opportunities to come in. And these people could be jealous of these opportunities coming in because they don't understand it comes from within. It's like an energy from within. So they're just seeing it as like, you have all this stuff and they don't, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like, they're not seeing the work that you had to do and the changes that you had to make this happen. They're just seeing the end result and they're just jumping to conclusions. I feel these people are way too focused on other people as well and not focused on themselves. And maybe at one point you were too, but I feel like either you're about to come out of that and recognize that, or you have, which is why you've distanced yourself from them. There's also a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to this card. So, a lot of differences here. A lack of communication. This is like very mental, like game people are playing here. I feel like you're around a very game playing people. Mind games are being played. I feel like this is a friendship that, or just a friendship or just a relationship that you really value, that you may lose or you may need to cut off because they're just not where you are right now. And that could be something that is difficult for you and this person. But it's also, I'm just getting this vibe, like, it's like, be compassionate. Like, it's not, this person's not doing this on purpose. I feel like they just don't know any better. And they're just so focused on other people that they can't see what is going on within them, that it's actually them, you know? So this is a big change. This is a big shift. I feel like you're changing friends as well. Like, you're about to come into your soul family, honestly. But I'm also hearing, like, don't be scared to release them and have compassion for them and know that it's not personal what they're doing. It's just because they just have these certain beliefs that they are holding on to, and they just don't know that it's not serving them. And you can tell them, but I feel like it won't matter if you tell them or not, because they already have made up their mind about something. But this can change, but I just feel like, you know, you need to free yourself from this. You need to honor yourself. These people are really, they're not bad people. They're just not in the best. They're not matching your energy. They're not matching your frequency. You know what I'm saying? So, oof, that was like draining. I feel like these people are really draining, but you love them. You still care about them. You still value your relationship with them, but it's like you can't be around them all the time anymore as much as you used to, because it's just not the same. You know, you've changed, you're changing, you're growing, you're about to meet, or you have met other people who are in alignment with what you value, and it's just kind of like growing pains I'm feeling. But that is something that I'm picking up from this. So in terms of your outcome here, we have vanity. Now, I do feel like you're going to come into a lot of abundance and prosperity through knowing who is on your vibrational frequency, who is your match, your soul family. The vanity card speaks about, it is a blue card, so this is, you know, again, speaking throat chakra type of energy. I feel like this is about a transformation. You're transforming and you're becoming more independent financially, and you're becoming more abundant and more wealthy. And it's just like your attitude. It's just your vibration. It's just because you're focused on what you need to focus on. You're minding your own business. You're minding your own environment. You're paying attention to what's important to you. You're not really focused on anything else but that. And you're actually really happy doing so, you know? That's why you are getting to where you're at. That's why you're attracting what you're attracting, because you're so focused on, you know, your own security, your own stability, and not in like not in a bad way. I think it's really positive. I think it's almost like an empress type vibe. I'm getting like you realize your worth and your value, and so you're not really messing or paying attention to anything that's not of your like match vibrationally, basically. So yeah, this card is really about like, it's like you're gonna have a new awareness, you're gonna be transforming, you're gonna be feeling a disconnect from certain people in your life, and you're gonna be growing away from very limiting relationships. I definitely feel like your relationships really affect your money, your beliefs about money, if anything, which is still important. But it's like you're gonna be more independent, and you're gonna be more around people who have a better sense of value. Does that make sense? Who just have a better sense of like worth, and who are very much independent. I feel like you could be hanging around people who are very codependent on, you know, just whatever. They're just very codependent, which again is not a bad thing. We all have codependent, you know, like we all have codependent tendencies, and I feel like you have too in the past, but you're just growing, you're just moving forward, you're just changing, and that is okay. Never feel bad about that. And so I think there's gonna be a sense of like environment tension because of this change, because of this growth, either that or that's already happening or that's about to happen. And it's just because people are living in an illusion. These people that are gossiping are just very not as aware as you, not as ascended as you, I feel. They're just, you know, these people have very like empty conversations, you know, very doubtful, very low confident, very low self-esteem, and you're just not in that place. And you were at one point, but you took the actions and you decided to change, you know. And just like you decided to be better, become the best version of yourself and ascend, these people have the same opportunity too, but they're not taking it. And so you're just kind of being like, I think you're going to come to this place of acceptance where you're just like, okay, I can't hang around these people anymore. It's just not working. And it's not because I don't love them, and it's not because, you know, anything like that. It's just because it's not matching who I need to be in my environment that to make me happy. It's like you want to be around happy, abundant people, and you're around people who have the opportunity and the chance to be happy, but they're choosing not to talk about stuff that doesn't make them happy. Does that make sense? Or doesn't make them feel abundant. And I just feel like you're going to be feeling this disconnect from certain people and just growing away from certain relationships. And be careful, like, not to look outside of yourself for validation, because I feel like with all these people that are just, you're kind of like falling away or you're just not vibing with anymore, you may feel like you need to search for people, and you don't need to do that. They're gonna come to you, is the message I'm getting here. So don't look outside yourself. You know who you are. You validate yourself enough, and I feel these people are still looking for outside validation, which is something that, you know, you may have done once upon a time, but again, you're coming out of that. So there's still going to be some growing pains, I do feel, from this card here. There's still going to be some, you know, you're just growing apart from your usual environment and the people you hang around, and that is perfectly okay. But, you know, here and now, this card, be present, you know, focus on the now, and, you know, that's how you're going to create your future. Be here today, you know, what you want today. Do you want to engage in gossip, or do you want to focus on your next project and your next big abundance opportunity? You want to talk about that, you know, just be present, you know. And sometimes you can try to change the conversation. Maybe you've never tried to change the conversation and talk about something more positive and more high vibrational. So you could try that if it works, but not in like a way that you're trying to coerce or manipulate the situation, just trying to get them to talk about something else. Because I feel like what these people talk about is not something you want to be talking about anymore. You just don't care. At one point, like I said, once upon a time you may have, but now it's just like you don't have time for that, and you really want to be on your Empress or Emperor type stuff right now. Like, you just really want to work on your feeling good mentally, emotionally, physically, and materially, you know, like everything just being where it needs to be so you can attract what you need to attract. Because you're tired of feeling like conflicted. You're tired of feeling like you have to prove something or convince people of something. And you're not here to prove or convince anyone of anything ever. So don't ever think that that's something that you need to do. But, you know, we've all been, you know, we all have our different perceptions, and we've all been like conditioned to believe certain things. But I do feel like your beliefs are changing, and you're just having a hard time because the people you're around, their beliefs aren't changing, which is difficult, you know, for any situation. So, you know, patience is needed. Be present, but stick to your guns and stick to what's important to you. Don't cave in, don't fall. Try not to fall back into old habits with certain people, and just kind of stick to your path. Mind your own business, you know, focus on your own wealth and success, and, you know, good things are going to come to you once you start focusing on yourself. Or even if you have been, I feel like things are about to turn around for you very quickly here. So that is what I see for you guys. I hope this resonated. If not, you can pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I am sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.